Story No. 1. I started scanning my old yearbooks last month after my mom died. She'd kept everyone from kindergarten through college in a dusty box in the attic. I thought digitizing them would be a nice way to remember the good times. That was my first mistake. It began with my 5th grade photo. Lincoln Elementary, 1998. I found myself easily. Front row, bowl cut, missing front tooth, standing next to my best friend Tommy. But something was off. In the back row, 3rd from the left, there was a kid staring directly at the camera with an expression that didn't belong in a school picture. Pale face, no smile, eyes too wide. I didn't remember him at all. The name under the class list read Ethan Crow. I had no memory of any Ethan. I asked my aunt who'd gone to the same school. She said she didn't remember anyone by that name either. I shrugged it off as a transferred student who left quickly. Then I checked 6th grade. Ethan was there again. Same blank stare. Same position in the back row. This time his hair looked longer. I could have sworn the kid next to him in the photo looked slightly uncomfortable, leaning away. 7th grade. Ethan. 8th. Every single yearbook from 5th through senior year had Ethan Crow standing in the exact same spot in the back row of every class photo. His face never aged, never smiled, always staring straight into the lens like he knew I'd be looking decades later. My hands were shaking by the time I reached my high school graduation photo. There he was, taller now, but still the same dead expression. The kid was in every group shot. Prom photos. Even the candid shots from the yearbook's candid section. Always in the background. Always watching. I posted one of the photos on Reddit's RM Mildly Interesting, asking if anyone recognized the kid. Within an hour, the post was deleted by mods with no explanation. Someone private messaged me, "Stop looking. He moves when you're not watching." That night, I couldn't sleep. At 3:12 a.m., my phone buzzed. A notification from my Photos app. New memory suggested. I hadn't added any new scans yet. The suggested memory was a photo I'd never taken. It was me, today, sitting at my kitchen table scanning yearbooks. Ethan stood directly behind me in the reflection of the window. Same pale face. Same wide eyes. His hand rested on my shoulder. I live alone. I deleted the photo immediately. Then I went through every yearbook again, ripping out every page with Ethan on it. Burned them in the backyard at dawn. As the pages curled in the flames, I swear I saw his face in the smoke, still staring. 2 days later, my aunt called. Her voice was shaking. "I found something in your mom's things. A class photo from when you were 9. There's a kid in the back row. I don't remember him, but he looks exactly like the boy who used to stand outside our house at night watching you play. We thought he was imaginary. Your mom called the police once. They said no such boy lived in the neighborhood." I asked her to send the photo. She did. Ethan was there, but this time he wasn't in the back row. He was standing right next to me, his hand on my shoulder. My 9-year-old face looked terrified. I had no memory of this photo ever existing. Last night, I woke up to my scanner running by itself. It was feeding an old blank page through. When it finished, the scanned image showed my living room, current day. I'm asleep on the couch in the photo. Ethan is standing over me, inches from my face, eyes wide open. The scanner is still running right now. I can hear it from the other room. Page after page, feeding through even though there's no paper in the tray. I'm not going to look at what it's printing, but I can feel him behind me right now. The same cold pressure on my shoulder I felt when I was 9, he never left. He was just waiting for me to look back. If you have old yearbooks or school photos, do yourself a favor. Don't look too closely at the kids in the back row. Some of them aren't supposed to be there, and once they know you've seen them, they stop staying in the past. Current selected format, video. User is free subscriber. Story No. 2. My grandfather gave me his old fitness tracker when he passed. It was a bulky 2012 model, nothing smart, just steps, heart rate, sleep tracking. I wore it for nostalgia. He'd been obsessed with hitting 10,000 steps a day right until his heart attack at 82. The first week, it worked normally. Then the data started getting weird. My resting heart rate showed 142 BPM at 2 a.m. while I was clearly asleep. The step counter logged 4,237 steps between 3 and 4 a.m. while I was in bed. The sleep graph showed deep REM cycles at the exact same time it recorded those steps. Impossible. I assumed it was malfunctioning, but when I checked the companion app, there were notes in the journal section. My grandfather had never used the journal. These entries were dated after his death. Day 47. Legs still hurt, but I keep walking. They won't let me stop. Day 62. The hallway is longer every night. I saw your room, but the door was locked from the inside. The entries were all time-stamped between 3 and 4 a.m. I stopped wearing the band, put it in a drawer. 2 nights later, I woke up to the band vibrating on my nightstand. The heart rate monitor was flashing. I picked it up. The screen showed a live reading, 87 BPM. But it wasn't my heart rate. The band wasn't on anyone. The journal updated by itself. He took the band off. He can't see me if he takes it off. I threw it across the room. The next morning, the band was back on my wrist while I slept. I don't remember putting it on. The step count now read 11,482. My grandfather's daily goal had been 10,000. He always said 10K wasn't enough. I started researching the model, found a forum where 3 other people reported the exact same thing after inheriting the band from deceased relatives. All of them described nighttime steps, journal entries from the dead, and the overwhelming feeling of being followed. One user wrote, "Whatever is wearing the band at night isn't human anymore. It's what's left when the body stops but the habit doesn't." That night, I locked the band in my car. Woke up at 3:33 a.m. to my front door wide open. The band was on my wrist again. The journal now read, "I'm almost home. The last door is your bedroom." My heart rate on the tracker was 178. The graph showed I was running even though I was standing still in my bedroom. I drove to the cemetery at 4 a.m. and buried the tracker on my grandfather's grave, covered it with dirt and rocks, drove home feeling relieved. When I walked into my apartment, the band was waiting on my kitchen table. Clean, no dirt. The screen was on. New journal entry. "You buried the wrong thing." Below it was a live heart rate, 0 BPM. And a step count that kept rising even as the band sat motionless on my table. 23,488 steps, 34,291. It was counting the steps of whatever had followed my grandfather through death and now wanted me to keep walking with it. I haven't slept in 4 days. Every time I close my eyes, the band vibrates with a new entry. Walk with me. 10,000 isn't enough. We're going much further tonight. The tracker now shows 2 heart rates on the screen at all times. One is mine, racing. The other is a flat line that somehow still moves. Whatever lives in that band finished its journey. Now it's wearing me. If anyone in your family leaves behind a fitness device, smash it. Don't wear it. Don't scan it. Don't give it new batteries. Some habits survive death, and they're always looking for someone new to hit their daily goal.
Story, no theme. My mother had been dead for 11 months when I joined the grief support group. It was online, anonymous usernames, weekly Zoom meetings, very professional. The moderator, Eleanor Grace 42, was incredibly empathetic. She seemed to know exactly what each person was going through. The group had 12 regular members. We shared stories, cried, supported each other. After 3 months, I felt like I was finally healing, and the song that played on the radio when the nurse turned it off, my terrors would upturn me while the day after the funeral, no one knew that. Every secret she knew: birthdays, last meals, private nicknames, fights no one else witnessed. She knew the exact hospital room my mother died in and the song that played on the radio when the nurse turned it off while we waited off for a mower. Attached to my text the recipient list from every previous meeting. Every single grieving member who had stopped attending had died shortly after their last meeting. Car accidents, sudden illnesses, one by suicide, all within 2 weeks of their final session. I typed to leave the group. A leave meeting button wouldn't work. The Zoom call wouldn't close. My computer fan screamed like it was overheating, even though the only tab open was the meeting. Attached was a photo. It was a support group screenshot. 12 boxes, 11 of them showed normal grieving people. The 12th box, Eleanor Grace 42, showed my mother sitting in the same chair she died in, smiling at the camera with the same peaceful expression she had in her casket. "He died thinking you were angry. Lost my son, 91, left the call immediately. We never saw him again." My subtraction retarded properly. I typed frantically, "I love you. I'm sorry I wasn't there at the end. Please let me go." She replied with a video attachment. It was me sleeping, taken from inside my bedroom closet 30 seconds ago. My mother's voice whispered over the footage, "Too late, baby. You joined the group 11 months ago, the night I died. You just didn't realize the invitation came from this side." I looked at the participant count. It now read 13 persons for over team book. And the SGU anymore. And the awful way of the other joined them at their grief group in the mandatory informed you was and my final piece and type one final message visible only to me. "Welcome home. The orchids are dead, but we kept your seat warm. My laptop just turned off by itself. I love you. I'm sorry I wasn't there at the end. Please let me go." She replied with a video attachment. It was me sleeping, taken from inside my bedroom closet 30 seconds ago. My mother's voice whispered over the footage, "Too late, baby. You joined the group 11 months ago. The night I died, you just didn't realize the invitation came from this side." I looked at the participant count. It now read 13 parted 13. up screen in real time.